Welcome to the love letter. So as you will hear me say a lot, what we're going to focus on first is the shapes that we can easily identify. So you want to choose a color for your first heart. I'm going to just make it red. Now you've got two hearts here. This one has more of it available to you. This one is just the two top bits. So I'm going to actually do this easier one first. I didn't love that. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit different shape. So then I can go to this other heart. And all I'm doing is using my own best judgment at how big I want it, based on these top pieces. So I've got my two hearts. Now this is a letter. So the next easiest bit to fill in is going to be the outline of the outside, which is just going to be white. A little spot right there where they connect to. If you want to, you can outline that. Now what we're sending is a heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking a look at the actual letter and I'm seeing kind of where the middle is. It's about here. So I'm just going to make a line about like that. And then I'm going to connect this side to this point and this point. And then this side to this point and this point. So now I've got my envelope. Now what's kind of fun in this one is that it is sending a big heart, and it is freehand also. So I just start in the middle and create a heart. Now yours can be bigger than mine. I've done them sometimes where it's like a big heart here and you don't get down to kind of the point ever. Just want to change my shape a little bit. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here too. And then when I fill in, you won't even notice. And we can do that first so you can see. Icing is a really forgiving medium. You can just kind of move it where you want it to be. can see even there, I kind of moved it as we were going. There. So because I did that, I can't do the white parts just yet. But I can do these red heart and this pink heart up here because they don't touch at all. And fill in these hearts here. Same thing, just kind of a little swoosh to make sure I get to the edge. And I'm gonna kind of go through and just make sure I don't have any bubbles. Now, you can also do any of the wet on wet techniques that you know or have learned on any of these pieces, so you can make them your own. Let's say you wanted to do a little rosette. You can completely do that. You would just swirl, swirl. Add some new green. I accidentally got some on my fingers, as is the way of things. So you can have little rosettes if you want to. You can put little hearts within your hearts, however you want to do it. So for now, this needs to dry, so then we can come back and add the rest of the detail. Okay, so for this, what we do next once these have dried is we can see that there are 4 sections remaining, and they each touch 2 others. So we can fill in these 2 and then let them dry and then fill in these 2, or the opposite. Either way is fine. So just for speedy sake, I am going to fill these in. I'm gonna do this one first. We're gonna go really quickly. I'm gonna speed it up. Hey there, now we're gonna finish our wonderful love letter. So, since we've got lots of things to work around here, now we have piped the outline of the heart and everything and the colors. However, especially for a beginner, I like piping my white along here as well before I flood. And you don't need to go back over where you've done your white, but just around these shapes, just to give myself a little barrier and leeway to work with my flood consistency. Just kind of sneak it right in there. Now, if you feel like trying to do this is going to drive you crazy, sorry, I got a little bit too big, got a little too excited about that particular spot. If you think it's going to get a little too hinky for you to go around those shapes with the piping bag, if you don't feel comfortable with it, then I would suggest not doing it, because this is supposed to be fun. So, oops. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill in my area here and give that top stuff a chance to dry a little bit. And I'm not going to get perfectly to the edge. Because I'm going to do that with my stick. Oops. So now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to keep turning it till it's a good spot for me. I'm just kind of going to flood in a little bit into the middle. And I'm not going to try and get into those corners. I'll show you how instead I'm going to take my toothpick and pull some of the flood icing to perfect those spots. So I'm going to start in the spot I started, and I'm going to kind of pull to the corner. And don't worry about making it perfect up to the edge, because we're going to come back and pipe, and then you will never know that that was not perfect. Right there, you see how it kind of dips onto your heart. Same thing here. I'm going to just kind of take this and pull a little bit of that icing and just kind of touch. And here I'm pulling that icing. And having that piped barrier helps me not encroach upon the heart's space too much. Okay, and here I'm pulling it in to that corner. Actually, bring it into this one too. And then I can sit and fiddle for 10 years, but you don't need to. So at this point, we're gonna let this dry again, and then I'm gonna come back and show you where I pipe to make this all stand out, and we'll be done.